Hello everyone, I'm Tommy and welcome to Studio Sense. It's been mentioned on this channel before that the year 2020 has not been a stellar year for men's fragrance releases. However, there have been several offerings that have captured our attention and turned out to be worthwhile to pick up. Most recently, the house of John Varvatos has released a fragrance called Varvatos XX. When we return, we're going to take a closer look at that, see if it's something you might be interested in picking up, that and more, so stay tuned. Hey guys, and welcome back. So we're going to be talking about the house of John Varvatos, and in particular, its most recent 2020 release. Just got it in the mail today, and that is Varvatos XX, or XX John Varvatos. However you want to position it. I really like the presentation. We're going to get to that in a second. It's an eau de toilette concentration. Kind of interested to see how this one checks out on skin. Now, looking at the scent profile, it looks like it's going to be something that's going to be best utilized in cooler weather. Here we are in the perfect time of year. Our nights are getting colder, the mornings not so warm as they used to be. This is going to be the kind of weather to rock out something specifically with a coffee note in it. And you know me, when it comes to notes, I love that apple note. This has a red apple note and a coffee note in it. So let's check out first, before we get into that note breakdown, let's check out the presentation. Now, I say that this is a new release. It's not technically brand new. It didn't come out like last month. It's been out for a couple months, not a super long time. Still, it's a brand new release, and it may be no coincidence that it's the Roman numeral 20, right? XX. So heretofore, it is going to be known as XX, not John Varvatos 20. That's not sexy. But it is interesting that a fragrance that is the Roman numeral 20 is released in 2020. But what do you think about that presentation? Pretty cool presentation. They had a little bit of plastic there to keep your finger oils from fingerprinting that silver, because it shows up really well. And on the bottles, as soon as you touch it, your fingerprint's going to show up as well too. So I was glad at least that they did that, so the presentation could be nice and shiny for you, so you could see what it's going to look like new. I do like that bottle. It is a very Varvatos looking presentation. He seems to be into that kind of like the studded stuff, the fleur-de-lis, the ornate, you know, the heavy, the masculine looking. Like, kind of like if you were to ever come out with wallets, they'd have chains on them kind of thing. And he probably does. And I've never even seen. Really like it though, very masculine. So it's going to look good sitting on the shelf. It's an oriental woody fragrance. In the top, you've got cardamom, you've got red apple and black currant. You've got heart notes of white violet, orange blossom, and geranium, resting on a base of coffee, sandalwood, and cedar. So some nice notes there. That's unusual. This one sprayed right away and didn't need to be primed, but this one was definitely banged around a little bit, as you could tell by the box, but not bad enough to hurt it. Nice. Nice, really fresh. So this is one that I'm gonna really enjoy wearing personally. You guys well know, and I mention this on almost every video, I love the apple note when it's done well. It's a very crisp without being like super synthetic. Synthetic almost has like that after effect or aftertaste in your mouth or in the fragrance itself. This one does not have that. It's refreshing. It's also a little bit reminiscent of a Ralph Lauren fragrance that I really like, and that is Polo Red Extreme, because of the coffee note in there. Now this takes that Polo Red Extreme, which is a little bit harsher, a little bit more synthetic, and this takes it on the brighter side because of that crisp apple note. So it's refreshing. It's like walking into an orchard with a cup of coffee. So it does have that really nice fall fragrance sensibility about it, which I really like. So it's going to be extremely masculine, but perfect for casual daytime and nighttime wear. It's definitely an oriental woody fragrance, but it's almost gourmand just because it has some really refreshing, crisp, make your mouth water kind of sweetness to it. That apple note in there, that cardamom and that apple working together. You also have a little bit of sweetness bleeding in there from the black currant. You got white violet, you got fruity orange blossom and geranium working together to make this a little bit floral. Coffee notes and floral notes like geranium work so well together. Like Robert Graham's Valor, other fragrances that utilize a coffee note really well with a little bit of florals. This is a perfect example of this. Now, in terms of longevity, I'm not going to say this is going to be a beast. This is a first impression, so I can't really speak too much to that, but I'm going to go ahead and spray it on skin a little bit. I don't have anything on today. Now I can see where this would get a little bit awkward if it gets turned around, because it's going to just be poking your hand as you're trying to spray. So the recommendation that I would make would be to turn the atomizer to where it's facing the actual emblem. So you're spraying that way and your hand is on the back, kind of like that, but it's going to make some noise. It's got a little rubber piece right here so that when it's turned this way, you notice it touches and it keeps this kind of level. It's kind of a cool feature. Keeps it from tinking the glass every time you pick it up, but you do have to be careful how you hold it and spray it. It's one of those presentations you got to take a little bit of TLC with. This is projecting really well. Of course, I did kind of bomb spray my arm there, but it's projecting really well off my skin so far. I really like that bright, fruity, slightly citric opening there, but it's a little bit darker and crisp because of that red apple note and that black currant. Geranium is going to ensure that it goes a little bit farther than typical on into the mid and hopefully into the dry down and stay a little bit longer. But primarily what you're going to get in the dry down of this is that really nice, rich coffee note mixing with the woodsy cedar in there. That's going to make this the perfect masculine pickup for this year, this time of year and fall and a little bit cooler weather. So this is going to go great with your cup of coffee, the coffee note in Varvatos XX. I think it's a super solid fragrance. I can't really talk about the longevity yet. I will give a full review of this fragrance. I think it's worthy of a full review. As I wear this in various situations, I'll let you know how it goes, about the longevity and about the projection, how many hours you can expect out of each when I do the full review. But right now, I have a good feeling about it. Guys, thanks so much for coming along today and checking out John Varvatos XX, a new 2020 release for men. It's an oriental woody fragrance that I think does red apple and coffee note so really nice. It's almost gourmand, but it's also something that you could rock out similar to Valor, which is a really nice coffee note, similar to Halloween Man X, it's a really nice coffee note. Those are all season fragrances. I think this will turn out to be an all season fragrance, but I think it's best utilized in a little bit cooler weather. Again, thanks so much for stopping by and checking out my video of Varvatos XX today. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.